Hi, I'm Jordan with Hollywood Music TV, and tonight we're meeting up with the DJ's DJ, a household name for trance fans and one of the most laid-back music makers you'll ever meet, Ferry Corsten. For almost a decade, Ferry Corsten has been in the top 10 of DJ Magazine's Top 100 DJs. He broke out on the music scene with his hugely successful album Out of the Blue in 1999 and has a steady stream of hits on his own and in collaboration with acts like Armin van Buuren and DJ Tiesto. Tonight, he's in Salt Lake City for a show at the Depot, and he chilled with us for a few minutes before he went on to tell us a little bit about his career, which started a long time before Ferry showed up out of the blue.
I was pretty young, I think. I was around 11, 12 when I started playing around with music, you know. Other than just play music, but play around with music. So I had like one of those old tape machines and, you know, I was mixing records and cutting and pasting, stuff like that. Around 15, 16, I think I was, I met a couple of people who had a little studio. And yeah, we just started playing with music again, but in a whole different way, you know, basically creating music. And it was always a hobby, and I never really thought like, hey, I can really do something bigger with this until I had a chance to release my first record, you know. And,
how old were you when you released your first record?
17, I think, something like that. After a couple of years, I was like, hey, you know, this whole music making thing is going so well that you know. At some point I had a really big hit with System F, Out of the Blue, which opened the doors for myself, but for a lot of other guys to play that kind of music abroad, and that's when I knew, like, hey, hang on a second, forget about proper sort of like a proper job career, you know.
Focus on what's fun. Yeah,
no, but fun was delivering the goods in a sense, you know. And I was like, hey, this is working really well. This is working out for me. So gave myself a year to see where it was going, and within a year it was just, you know,
took off.
Yeah, never went back.
While for most fans, Ferry Corsten's name is synonymous with the modern trance sound, he won't let his music get stuck under just one label, and he keeps his eyes and ears open so his own music keeps on evolving.
From Mecca Chance, she says most DJs progress to drum and bass or electro house. So why and how do you stay true to trance?
Well, it's funny that people really think that I stay so true to trance. You know, if you listen to me throughout the years, out of all the trance guys, I guess I'm the one who's going from left to right the most. You know, in 2001 I was already experimenting with electro, and you know, and some techno elements and stuff like that, and then come back to trance again and do something else again. And right now, house is really meeting trance. You know, if you listen to all the house guys, what they play, it's so melodic. And if you listen to the trance stuff that's being produced, it's really coming down in tempo, and it's getting way more groovy. So the two are meeting, and that's really cool. That's really cool.
You're going to create a whole new genre?
They call it trance. I like to call it hands, but yeah.
It now has a name.
Whatever it is. Oh, and it's nice.
Check this out. Even when Ferry signs the guest wall at the Depot, he doesn't like to stay inside the lines.
Oh, that's really showing my ego then. Now I'll do it. Okay.
While he has mad jokes about it, Ferry is not about ego.
At this level in the game, who do you look up to?
Well, I think it's just, you know, you stay with the people who inspired you. For me, that was always Carl Cox. That's Carl Cox and that generation of DJs, and yeah, now you're like, hey Carl, what's up? You know, it becomes like, yeah.
Do you ever feel like your sound has evolved into something he would have created when you first started?
No, I don't think so. My sound has always been very different, and that's why, you know, that's also one of the reasons why, if you ask me for a personal favorite, it is someone like Carl Cox, for example, because it's a different sound. Right. You know, I can say, oh yeah, I love Tiesto and I love Armin. That's what I do. You know, it's my same
genre.
It's the same pond, you know.
Yeah.
And so that, yeah, it's not really interesting for me because of that. And what he does is something completely different. or I listen to Sven Väth or something, you know. It's just someone who's playing different music that I can actually sort of like here and there tap into and say like, hey, I heard that record and it inspired me, and I'll do something with what I remember from that record from last night and create my own sort of thing with that, and you know. So I see that as sort of like wisdom as well. That's there for grabs, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Ferry also shows hella wisdom in keeping his family life private, but he did open up to us a little bit about the man behind the well-oiled Ferry Corsten machine.
I would like to know how your family is handling all of your success.
Well, it's always difficult, you know. Got a wife and a little 2.5-year-old, so little girl.
How do they deal with you being gone? It's almost like you're being deployed.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, definitely. But you know, they grew into it. You know, my wife met me when I was already doing this, so I mean, it was like, yeah, this is the story. This is what you get.
So this is what she signed up for.
Yeah, basically. You know, and the little one just, you know, she was born into this.
His, her?
Her, yeah, Gabby. Yeah, Gabriella Sky, that's her name. So, yeah, you know, and she basically, she doesn't really know better, you know. For her, me being on Skype is, Daddy is there. Right. And it's really funny because, you know, for example, let's say I haven't seen her for 4 days, and then it's like, my wife's like, hey, Gabs, come here, Daddy's on Skype. And she's like, whatever, is playing with a toy, she comes in. Hi, you know, and that's it.
Just keep
that's
going.
it.
So it's normal for her.
For her, it is, yeah.
So do you ever plan on settling down and just not doing this anymore so you can be with your family?
Eventually, but you know, this is such a part of me. This is me. Making music, you know, traveling, and yeah, doing what I do right now. That is me.
With loads of IDMA nominations, Gold and Platinum Sales Awards, and Steeze as a top producer, DJ Ferry Corsten is a hit with industry insiders as well as with his fans and listeners of all ages. As if he's not busy enough, he produces a weekly radio show titled Corsten's Countdown. Tricks out tunes with other greats like Benny Benassi and Japanese superstar Ayumi Hamasaki. He's created the leading DJ apps for iPhone and iPod, and even opened a racing event for 500,000 fans in Rotterdam alongside the nation's former prime minister. Now he's using his clout to speak out against music piracy.
It's unfortunate, but you know, I guess that's technology changing the ways, you know. Affected in the sense that before, as a producer or as an artist, you would make most of your money of your productions, you know, and that's the other way around right now. It created a real shift from the way you earn money as an artist, but an artist is not just one person, you know, and that's what a lot of people forget. Oh yeah, I download this track because they have money enough. That's what I see all the time, you know.
Yeah, it's the people behind the scenes.
I have 10 people in my office. I'm not Ferry Corsten, the persona sitting here, you know.
Yeah.
I cannot possibly do all that is needed to have me sitting here by myself. It's impossible. So I've got a whole team of people. That team was supported by the income from records, and that's no more. You know, that's now supported by the income from
so
me
now
touring.
They're cracking the whip. Get on tour. They never see you.
Get out.
They're slave drivers.
Yeah.
Pay us.
There you go. No, but you know that's the whole shift that has taken place. Also, but it's also a mindset of people. You know, you really prefer a real bad quality sort of rip from some underground website, or you just pay 99 cents on iTunes. Come on, really? Is it so much? Is it that big of a deal? Apparently it is, and it's sad.
Even when taking a stand, Ferry is just too chill to get angry. I even tried to find out what an angry Ferry Corsten would look like.
Do you have a mean side?
Yeah, I have a mean side.
Can I see your mean face?
No. That's my mean face.
Right there.
I can tell you to F off with a smile on my face. And you get the picture, but you don't get the aggression, and that's the art of it. So yeah, I tell people to F off with a smile on my face. No, I can be mean. Put me in a car. Thing is, all of you suck with driving. I'm the best. There's no discussion.
And what's the next step for Ferry?
Right now, I'm working on the next album. There's a couple of new singles coming out.
Do you know what it's going to be called yet?
No, not yet. I don't even have a name for it yet. And I have a couple of new tracks that I don't even have a name for yet. I played 2 of them tonight. And so I don't know, I really have to you know, get stuff in gear and just, this is the name, get it out.
When Ferry does choose a name for his new album, we'll be sure to let you know. Reporting from Salt Lake City, I'm Jordan.